All right, good morning everyone. Sorry for the delay, had a little bit of technical issues. Thank you for coming along this morning. I'm going to be talking about Via Rail in Canada, and I have once again Blaze on the other end helping me out. So if you have any questions during this time, just fire away and I'll answer at the end or as I go. So Via Rail is the main network in Canada. Hopefully you can see that. This is quite an extensive network. It's getting more and more popular, the most popular being the Canadian, and I'll talk about that soon. So there's a few different routes included. The Trans-Canada route, which operates the Canadian, so right across the country from Vancouver through to Toronto. The Canadian Rockies, so Vancouver through to Edmonton. There's the Manitoba section, which is Winnipeg up to Churchill. Now that does usually operate, but at the moment there's an indefinite closure of the railway infrastructure. So Via Rail are currently not operating any services between Gilliam and Churchill at the moment on this route. Just come through to us if you do have any inquiries about that and we can tell you whether it's operating or not. There's the Eastern Cities section, so between Niagara Falls and Quebec. And then there's the Quebec to Nova Scotia, so the Montreal Halifax section. And we also do Jasper to Prince Rupert, which is over on the left, and that has an overnight layover in Prince George. Now they have to get off the train, they have to stay in a hotel the night, and that's not included. That is up to their client or the agent to book independently. So we do this, just not as often. So you can book Via Rail 11 months in advance, and it includes your seat reservation, so it's nice and easy to do a lot more in advance than Europe, which is great. There are rail passes, and there's a few different ones, some that include the full network or just the corridor on the east. But these generally you have to be travelling quite extensively for them to be worthwhile. Then there's different types of trains, but they generally will have economy or business class or us sleepers on board as well. So I'll go into the Canadian a little bit now. So the Canadian runs between Vancouver to Toronto. This is becoming quite popular and really busy, especially in prestige class. It's a 4-night journey, operates for 3 days, so around the 60 hours. You may have noticed, or you may have heard from me, that timings have changed slightly due to the delay they had experienced over the last few months. So the freight trains have right away in Canada, so there are the chances of being delayed. So they have made a decision this week to change the timetable for next year. So the Canadian for next year from April will change in terms of days of departure as well as times of departure. So there will be 2 departures between Toronto and Vancouver, but there will also be another one between Vancouver and Edmonton during peak season. Winter season will drop back to 2 trains. The new schedule will include a departure from Toronto at 2 p.m. and arriving into Vancouver at 10 a.m. In the other direction, they do depart Vancouver at 5 p.m. So it does allow them now to also get daylight time in the mountains, which is great. They had done a little bit of a trial this year to change the timetable, which didn't include daytime hours. So they've managed to make it change for next year, which is fantastic. This has all just been confirmed this week. So anyone that is affected by has a booking already for April or after next year, their timetable will be changing, and we'll be notified by Via Rail in the next 2 weeks of that change, or the clients, and we'll come out to you if they are booked on one. And if they are wanting to book from April onwards next year, that'll be available to book in the next few weeks when the timetable is fully confirmed and loaded. So the Canadian has quite a few classes of service on it. So economy is your general reclining seats. You've got large windows, you've got access to the Skyline car, which is a more of a panoramic type car, and all of your meals are available to purchase on board, so they're not included. You've also got berths in the economy class. So these are open by day, as you can see on the right there. They do have a curtain for closure, so they're not fully private rooms. And by night they convert to upper and lower beds. There's no bathroom included, no toilet, and it is shared facilities. So economy class does consist of either seating or upper and lower bunk, but no private room as such. The Sleeper Plus class is actual cabins, so private rooms. So you've got a private room for a cabin for one, which is a couch style during the day, and it converts into a bed. You have a toilet and vanity in there, but no shower. The cabin for two is also a private room once again, and has upper and lower bedding, and once again an ensuite toilet only, not a shower. And then you can get family suites. So these are for families or couples to have traveling together if they want to. You can interjoin two cabins for two. Now, Sleeper Plus class do get all of their meals included and their non-alcoholic beverages as well. And then Prestige is by far the most popular. It's a very spacious cabin, so it's about 50% larger than the other cabins. It's a private cabin. You've got an L-shaped lounge during the day with a large viewing window, double bed by night, and you do have a private toilet and shower. So this is the only cabin with a shower in particular to yourself. They have a flat screen monitor in there with video selection as well, and minibar meals they're available to them as well. So all of their meals are included also, and private seating in the dining car, priority seating, sorry, and a dedicated concierge. So they get quite a lot more included in Prestige class, and it is quite a larger room. The carriage will have panoramic cars on board during May to October only, and this is available for the Sleeper Plus and Prestige passengers only. So economy do not get access to this car when it is on. It's kind of similar to the Gold class on the Rocky Mountaineer, really big dome glass windows and nice viewing there. The Skyline car is open to everyone, even in economy class, and is available year round. It's a cafe style dining area, your lounge all in one, and once again still a scenic dome, so really good to have that still on board on the train. So we do many independent rail journeys with Via Rail as well. So these can be made tailor-made, or they can be packaged together. These two in particular are your most popular. So the Snow Train to the Rockies and the mountains, lakes and glaciers both operate between April and October or November. They depart every few days, and they're all sort of all included. So you've got your meals included when you are on train. You're in either a graded class, so your moderate, superior or deluxe grade. Depending on the grade that you're in, it will be the cabin that you are on board the train, as well as the type of accommodation that you stay in the different locations. So for example, if you're in deluxe grade, you will be staying in Fairmont hotels. So it's basically packaging it together, just like the Rocky Mountaineer. You can pull things apart or put it together, but you can do it with Via Rail instead, which is a great option for more cost effective if they do want it that way. Also to note that we do quite a lot of tailoring, so not just the packages, we can tailor anything. We can combine Rocky Mountaineer and Via Rail if you want to, or you can do packages that don't have any rail included at all. So we can't do this generally anywhere else in the world. It's only Canada that we have the ability to do this. We can do tours or rafting, all sorts of things. If you want to just do an activity in Canada, we can book that for them. They don't have to book rail. So just to let people know that. And our Great Train Journeys team are the ones to talk to for that. So that was really, really fast. But the main thing was to tell you about the Canadian, because it is quite a popular route. You'll know that the Ghana and the Indian Pacific are very popular. The Canadian is becoming like that in Prestige class, so they do need to book well in advance if they're wanting to do that. You can come through to the Great Train Journeys team. If you're just wanting to book a normal sector, point to point on Via Rail, you can come through to the Res team. They're able to do that. But if you do want a package or do anything bigger, the Great Train Journeys team are the ones to speak to. Are there any questions in particular for Via Rail? I don't think we have any. Not yet. If you do have any, you can send them through. VRAL is quite a big beast. It's like trying to talk about European RAL in a very brief time. So I have only touched on very minor details and where we go. So you can definitely come through and let us know if you have any inquiries about anything. But it is great that you can book 11 months in advance for VRAL. And we do have many routes in VRAL that aren't always advertised. So just before I finish, since we have no questions, remember that we've got that massive, awesome incentive for the Rocky Mountaineer. So you can win 2 spots, a spot for yourself and a friend on the Rocky, including $1,000 per person towards flights. And we've also got the Rail Expert running, so lots of training in there. The Great Train Journeys Rail Expert has just launched as well, so you can get really clued up on all the luxury trains around the world. And then, oh, I have a question. What time does the Vancouver to Toronto route get into Toronto? I believe it arrives in Toronto at 7 p.m. So departs Vancouver at 5 p.m. That should get into Toronto at about 7 p.m. at night. In the other direction, departing Toronto will be 2 p.m. and arriving Vancouver will be in the morning at about 10 a.m. Do they offer self-for-meals and agent rates? Yes, generally most companies do, depending on availability, and it's all sort of a case-by-case basis. So come through to us and we can check it out for you to see what they can offer. So I don't think we have any other questions. Cool, I think we're good. So yeah, just to reiterate, we have all that training going. We've got the Great Train Journeys training going as well. So the Great Train Journeys training includes your VRAL as well, because it's more of a Great Train Journeys area. And a very nice comment, thank you. I caught the Canadian 12 years ago in Sleeper Plus class. Amazing food out 8 AOA across Canada. So that's very good feedback. We've had really good feedback from anyone that does go on the Canadian. It's fantastic service. It is a long journey, they have to be aware of that, but they can break it. They can come off and stay a few nights in a different town before they get on the train as well, if they want to. Cool, so thank you all for coming and listening to me talk very fast about that one. We'll be doing another webinar next month, so I'll let you know what that will be about, and you'll get sent a link for this one to look at afterwards as well. So thanks guys, have a good day.